And with that, let's go around the Van Horn and talk Husker baseball. And a little better week here. We went 3-1 down in Texas against UT Arlington and Northwestern State. Could have really went 4-0, blew a ninth inning game there, right, Boomer, where we really should have went 4-0. But now we're 4-7, and we're coming back to Lincoln for a big opening weekend homestand. Oh, no, wait a second. Long Beach State has decided they don't want to play in freezing temperatures and canceled. What do you think about that, Boomer?
Yeah, just another example of why the baseball season, the way it's kind of structured in the NCAA, really need to look at adjusting it. It just makes it so difficult for programs like Nebraska. Normally we can have great weather. We're the San Diego of the Big Ten. I mean, next week is gorgeous, 60s
like
and
80
70s.
Degrees a few days before.
And then suddenly we just have this one day where we're going to get 6 to 10 inches of snow for the only time all winter. And hey, it happens to be when Long Beach State was, probably traveling here. And the last cold snap of the season, it's frustrating. It's a team I really wanted to see them match up with, especially at home, see what kind of advantage that could give us. But scrape together what they can. I mean, UNO's not entirely a slouch. I think they beat UCLA the other day. Did they not, if I remember right? So, wow. So there's something to be proven there too. So.
Oh, don't sell yourself short, Boomer. You're an incredible slouch.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. So to avoid the bad weather a little bit, and the dirt bags are chickens. That's correct. But Nebraska will have UNO in Omaha on Sunday, and then in Lincoln on Monday with much warmer temperatures. From a big picture standpoint, obviously we got swept by TCU, and then only got one game versus Sam Houston State, which might ultimately be a quality win. But this was a chance to have some quality wins, even if they were at home versus Long Beach State. So that's the frustrating thing for me from a net perspective, RPI type thing. That we sure could have used two of 3 wins versus Long Beach State. That would have gone a long way potentially come May when we are trying to make a case to host a regional, that we did that, right? We're not going to have that opportunity. So they're going to have to really kind of make up for it with looking overly impressive in the Big Ten.
Yeah, and there have been some good starts by a couple of the other Big Ten programs. I mean, I think Purdue's 12-0, but they've played mostly, I think, Ivy League intramural squads. But you also had programs like Maryland. They swept Baylor to start the season. Rutgers swept Houston Baptist, who sometimes, causes trouble. So there's a lot of 3 Big Ten teams that already have double-digit win totals that are kind of racking things up.
The Maryland over Baylor in particular.
Yeah, that was a little surprising because Baylor beat LSU earlier today, I think, too, if I saw right. So, there's still some serious competition in the Big Ten. So hopefully we'll get a chance to make some waves once conference time rolls around. So.
And we're sitting at 4-7 right
now.
4-7,
correct.
And it's early in the season, but we've had a couple of games now. I think it was Texas Arlington that we were up 3-0 going into the 4th or the 9th inning and gave up 4, and then you have the finish in game 3 against TCU a week ago where we just flat out got hosed on a call that was, a bang play. But I mean, that could have been, I don't know if we would have scored 2 to tie it, but at least we would have had a chance. It would have been 5-4 at the very least.
Yeah.
And then because of, just the good luck, obviously Bolt is furious after that. And because he gets ejected after the game was over, it ended up making his suspension the next game. He couldn't coach the next game, but we won that one. So anyways, we've got to start, getting some W's here. We went 3-1 last weekend, and it at least, started to kind of get a little bit of momentum going. Had a good pitching game from Shannon. I think he went, I think one of the games he went 8 innings or something. So, I mean, we're starting to get some good things going there.
Yeah, I think that'll be the key is seeing the starting pitching kind of come into form, and it does appear that it's finally happening. They shuffled things around a little bit last week. It'll be interesting to see what they do versus UNO here. And they also have K-State, I believe, on is that tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow, yeah. Is that because it was originally supposed to be today, right? But they pushed it back to Wednesday because Long Beach canceled or something. Is that?
I don't know about that, but I mean,
well, I'm just looking
at
at
the midweek game.
I'm looking at the schedule, so
it's a typical
it says
Tuesday or Wednesday,
and it's on ESPN Plus too.
Yeah,
so that's good.
So definitely tune into that.
Dave,
all right.
They had a complete game shutout, right? Like they're in the second game of that, or in the third game of the series last week. Is that
they
right?
lost the third game. It might be the second game. It sounds familiar. I'm not. I didn't look at the box score, so I can't. Anyway,
I think one of the pitchers had a complete game shutout.
That was Shannon. Jay.
Yeah,
and I'm probably saying the name wrong because
Shay Shannon.
Shay Shannon. Yep.
Cool.
All right. Anything else, guys?
Let's see. Another question here for Honke from Dustin in Brisbane. He's asking if the addition of veteran defender Robbie Tarrant to his beloved Richmond Tigers will be enough to put an aging squad into the finals and possibly take the flag this year. Honke, I'm leaving that up to you.
Is Australian rules? Is that the one where they do the kick?
Yes,
that's correct.
Yes.
All right. We went. Kathy and I went to Hawaii like 10 years ago, and we were in the hotel and made friends with these people from Tasmania, and that's how we sent them.
They play quite a bit of AFL games in Tasmania.
Yeah, so we sent them Dorothy Lynch and a bunch of great things from Nebraska, great cultural things that they could appreciate, and then they sent us. I had some Vegemite dip that they sent me, which is just horrendous. That is some of the worst stuff I've ever had in my life.
Yeah,
and then he sent, and of course I sent him like a Husker hat or whatever. So then he in return sent me his favorite team, Richmond. And Dave, you would probably know much better than I would. I think he said that Richmond's traditionally not very good, but is Richmond? Are they St. Kilda bad or any?
No, Richmond's been very good the last few years. They've won, I think, 3 of the last 5 premiers. So
really?
They've been good, but they're getting kind of up there in age, so they're probably running out of opportunities. So I'm like the back in the day they might back then they might not have been good.
I'm like the Patriots of back when they had AFL. Brady at least of the AFL. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Well,
I actually would really. I think that'd be a great Ted Lasso series if Honke somehow gets hired to be an AFL coach. That'd be great.
I'd watch that.
Yeah. Oh my god.
He'd be like,
"Can I go with you? Can I go with you to be like Lasso's sidekick?"
Yeah, you'd be his assistant. Totally. Yeah.
I think that'd be perfect. That'd be the perfect role for me. Just to stand there, on the sidelines the whole time, nodding and learning the rules of the game while Honke yells and screams about the referees. That'd be awesome. Oh man!
Run the triple option.
I did see that there was a tweet I did see today, Honke, where they actually talked about the fact that they've been really focusing on the run game a lot more than they thought Whipple would be, with a lot of downhill running. So I thought that
they know how to play up the audience, Rob.
Oh, they sure do. But yeah, that was one of the defensive guys was making the comment about it. Yeah.
Yeah, so. Garrett Nelson said they're not trying to out scheme people now; they're trying to out physical. Which, that's red meat for me.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, Honke.
All right,
all excited
now. Get out of here with some parting shots, and we'll start with Honke.
We'll start with the sad news, and that former Husker basketball player Dylan Talley passed away over the weekend. It was a real shocker. And Doc Sadler had posted he tweeted about him, and he just said, "So sad to pass the news that former Husker Dylan Talley passed away tonight. He was a person that would give you the shirt off his back. Love you, my man." Our condolences go out to the entire Talley family. In addition, Nebraska is expanding the red carpet experience to the spring game, also to baseball and softball, which is very cool. Dr. Lawrence Chatters, the Associate AD for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, said this new Husker tradition is something that everyone across our state can be proud of, and the number of children who have benefited from this initiative is in the thousands. So it is very cool, and it's neat to see that continue on. Again, I'm just going to say Trev effect. And last but not least, this was shared from Big Ten Network today. Nebraska's 2 tournament games in the Big Ten tournament versus Michigan and Iowa were the 2 most watched in women's basketball history on BTN. So very cool. And, Husker Nation, you do it all the time. You show up in person, you show up on the ratings, and it's great I just love the support of Husker Nation. Great job.
Awesome. That was 3. Is that right, Honke?
That was just three parting shots.
He hit the under, folks. The under hit.
Yeah, right.
All right, nice. All right, let's go with Redcast Rob.
Well, it is International Women's Day today, and I want to give a shout out to all of our female supporters out there, whether you're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, birthing one of us like Marty and what are your parents' names there again?
Mike and Marty.
Mike and Marty. That's
they likes
it.
to party.
They like to party.
Yeah, Marty. Well, I was specifically Marty Honke, and you guys like to comment on all of our stuff and give a shout out. You know what? Because let's be honest, without you women, we wouldn't exist. So, you guys literally give life to everything. So, thank you so much for everything that you guys are doing and for your support. We love you guys on Twitter. You're some of the best follows out there, and keep it up. Go Big Red.
All right, get us out of here, Boomer.
Yep, sticking with the theme of women, don't forget that I believe Sunday they're picking the NCAA women's basketball tournament. Nebraska is projected to be in there. Last I looked, ESPN has them picked as a 6 seed to play in Austin. So matching up against Washington State. Texas would be the second round matchup there if they got through that. So that would be pretty exciting. And I know don't have to tell Husker fans to turn out to support any of their teams, but that should be well worth watching. And then Generation Red Live, he's just asking, dang, I missed the show. Can you all start over? Well, probably not tonight, but luckily this is available on YouTube and will be a podcast. So listen to it on any of your fine Heard At podcast networks where you choose to listen. So.
Oh, crap. I forgot to hit record.
You did, didn't you? Huh?
No, that
often said this.
Yeah, that used to be a real issue. Thankfully, now this new StreamYard, which Generation Red Pod is the ones that got us on to using this, that eliminates some of those mistakes. So if you've been watching us, we're out there. We're live already. So don't worry about the recording.
All right, good stuff.
Wait, we're
guys.
live?
Yes, Rob, we're live.
Did I pick my nose at all?
Regrettably so at times. All right, guys. Fun show. Enjoyed it. Let's get out of here with that's a Go Big Redcast.
Go Big Red.
Beat Northwestern.